This is Doane Tiger Football.
Welcome back to Crete, Nebraska. This is a big play coming up here to start the fourth quarter with Doane leading at 10-0 over Dakota Wesleyan. It's 3rd and 1 for Dakota Wesleyan's offense at the Doane 24-yard line. Big defensive play needed here. My name's Kyle Mathas, and on the board op today is Ron Roskilly. Thank you to Ron for working board. This is a big, big play here on 3rd and 1. Here we go. Austin Lee is the quarterback. Lined up to his right is Aaron, the fullback. Lee hands it off to Aaron, trying to get the line to gain, and he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Tackle for a loss. It'll be 4th and 2, and Jarrett Boggs gets his 3rd tackle for loss of the season, and it's 4th and 2. And you got to think, based on the field goal kicking today by Jackson Patrick, who is 0 for 2 today, from beyond 40 yards, this would be about a 42 or 43-yard field goal. I think Dakota Wesleyan's going to go for this on 4th and 2. This is our fourth quarter stop of the game reminder, brought to you by Stop and Shop in Crete, fast and fresh and fun. Doane needs a big stop here on 4th and 2. There's a flag on the play.
Illegal substitution.
Oh boy, that is not helpful. Illegal substitution on Dakota Wesleyan, not helpful to their cause here. It would have been a 4th and 2. Now it is a 4th and 7. I believe they'll still go for this one on 4th and 7. And you know what? Yes, they are going to go for this one. At least I believe they will. There is 17 seconds on the play clock, and it's winding down with 14:17 to go. 4th and 7. Here we go. Doane needs a big stop here. Dakota Wesleyan at the 30. Austin Lee. And we get a whistle from the far side official. Timeout by Ross Simple of Dakota Wesleyan, the head coach, and he is not happy. Not happy. He is pumping his fist in frustration after that, as they have to use a timeout here with 14:02 to play in this fourth quarter. My goodness, this is a big play, and I understand Ross Simple's frustration here. His team needs to be ready for this. I mean, they need to pick this up. They're down 10-0 over Doane, and they really need this fourth down conversion. They need to keep this drive alive. Their field goal kicking today has not been too good. 0 for 2 from beyond 40 yards in this game. The first kick was 45 yards and no good. The second kick was 40 and no good. So they need to go for this, and they need to get inside the 23-yard line, currently sitting at the 30 on 4th and 7. So out of the timeout, 4th and 7, and they'll have ample time on the play clock, 25 seconds to get this play off. That's the reason Ross Simple called the timeout, because of the play clock winding down. 4th and 7 with 14:02 to play early in the fourth quarter. 10-0 Doane. Dakota Wesleyan needs to get inside the 23. Austin Lee, 2 receivers to each side of him. Lee to pass, looking to his right, stepping up in the pocket, going over the middle. It is caught. It is caught inside the 15, actually inside the 10. They'll mark him exactly at the 10. Logan Fearbacht makes the catch.
Made the reception.
So Fearbacht makes the catch. What a catch on 4th and 7. Dakota Wesleyan keeps the drive alive. 1st and goal exactly at the 10-yard line. So they need to get into the end zone.
1st and goal at the 10.
On this sequence, there is no first down anymore that they can pick up. Lee with Aaron in the backfield, rolls to his left. Lee, they take the snap, they hand it off to Aaron. He's met at the line of scrimmage and gets nothing on the play. No gain, and it's 2nd and goal. Coming up with the football here is Briggs Songster, but they say that the ball, or that the running back was down before the ball came out. So Briggs Songster able to pick up the ball, but also make the tackle, along with Owen Kuntz. 2nd and goal for Doane. We got a little over 2 minutes into this fourth quarter. 10-0 Doane on 2nd and goal at the 10. Doane looking for their first win of the season. They lost against Graceland week 1, 42-17. Lost last week against Dort, 49-7. Looking to get their first win of the season. Austin Lee to pass. Has a lot of time. Going to the corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete. Preston Nedved had his hands on the football and dropped it. Good coverage on the play. I believe getting in there to make the incompletion was Cooper Hancock on the play, and it's 3rd and goal at the 10 for Dakota Wesleyan. Well, one thing that Dakota Wesleyan understands is that they know that they're in field goal range here. They are in comfortable field goal range here for Jackson Patrick. But they would obviously want to get this one into the end zone for the touchdown. 3rd and goal from the 10. 12:34 to play in the 4th. Lee looking to his left, going to the corner of the end zone. It's overshot of Preston Nedved. Or rather, that was not Preston Nedved. That was actually Nolan Dvork. Good coverage there on the play. Over there by, I believe that's Ryan Michael. So now we will get a field goal here from very short. I mean, this is no more than a chip shot here from about 27 yards here. We also got a new kicker into the game, I believe. No, this is actually the same kicker, Jackson Patrick, from 27. And the kick is good. The kick is good from 27 for Jackson Patrick. He is now 1 for 3 today. We'll take a break with 12:24 to play in the 4th. Doane up by 7, 10-3 over Dakota Wesleyan on Ole Red 99.5.
This is Doane Tiger Football.
Welcome back to Doane University Tigers football. Doane up 10-3 over Dakota Wesleyan. They've been leading this entire game. They haven't trailed one time. Cruz Kerwin will come back out on the field, at least barring another turnover. But he's passed for 148 yards this game, 1 touchdown pass. Tristan Graff leads the rushing of Doane with 85 rushing yards. Frazee Wynn with 52. And then Joaquin Gutierrez and Jeremiah Payne both have 3 receptions. Gutierrez has 65 yards. Payne has 33. But what a drive by Dakota Wesleyan. They were able to get in the red zone, but they weren't able to convert for a touchdown. But they settle for a field goal, and it's 10-3 with 12.5 minutes to play in the 4th. Kicking it off is Jackson Patrick. This one's taken at the 5-yard line by Jeremiah Payne. He gets across the 15, gets to the near sideline, stutter steps, and gets wrestled down at the 20. So a 15-yard return for Jeremiah Payne. He came into this game with 7 kickoff returns for 154 yards, I believe. So he's had a lot of kickoff returns, but hasn't been able to break free for one of them yet this season. He did have a kickoff return touchdown last year in this same game, which ended up being the difference maker in that 16-13 Doane victory. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Cruz Kerwin. Kerwin to take the snap and hand it off to Tristan Graff around the edge, getting upfield, making a couple men miss, and gets to the 31-yard line, or rather the 26-yard line, marking a gain of 5. So 2nd and 5 coming up here for Doane. Got to think now they have the lead. They would like to run the clock here with under 12 to play in the 4th. 2nd and 5 for Kerwin. Claps once, takes the snap. Tristan Graff bouncing to the outside, and he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 5. And there for the tackle for Dakota Wesleyan was Victor Kinesh, as well as Ethan Engen. 2 guys in there on the tackle, the linebacker and the defensive end. 3rd and 5 with 11.5 minutes to play in the 4th. 10-3 Doane leading it over Dakota Wesleyan. Big 3rd down play coming up here for Doane. If they punt the ball this far deep in their own territory, they give Dakota Wesleyan some good field position. Kerwin to pass, looking over to the left and firing, and as he got hit as he threw, it's picked off, intercepted by Dakota Wesleyan. They have a convoy. It's going to be a pick 6 for Landon Rusink. Pick 6 for Dakota Wesleyan.
Number 7, Landon Rusink.
Rusink. This game can be tied with an extra point. 10-9 with 11:04 to play. Kerwin was pressured and hit as he threw. It was intended on the play for Gutierrez on the far sideline, and it was underthrown and picked off by Rusink, his first interception of the season and his first pick 6 of the season as well. Wow. Well, we're right back to where we started, folks. The tie game pending a missed extra point. Let's see if Jackson Patrick can make this extra point. Tie it up at 10. Patrick. His extra point is no good. Wide right. That's got to be a commentator jinx, and I apologize to Jackson Patrick, but Doane keeps the lead 10-9 with 11:04 to play. We'll be right back. It was a pick six by Landon Rusink off of Cruz Kerwin.
This is Doane Tiger Football.
Welcome back to Crete, Nebraska. Cruz Kerwin has now thrown 2 interceptions in this game, one on the opening drive of the game, and then it was a pick six by Landon Rusink on the last drive, yet it was a missed extra point by Jackson Patrick. That's actually his first missed extra point of the season. He was 5 for 5 coming into this game on extra points. Now he's 5 for 6. He's also 1 for 3 today on field goals. Patrick will kick it off with Doane leading at 10-9 with 11:04 to play in the fourth quarter. This is a big offensive drive needed here for Doane to extend this lead, this 1-point lead. This drive, or this kick is going to go into the end zone. Joaquin Gutierrez will let it go past him. And a touchback for Dakota Wesleyan.
Doane will have the ball first and 10.
All right, 11:04 to play. Thank you, everybody, for listening at home here on Ole Red 99.5. And what a game this has been. 10 points in the first half for Doane, one off of a 44-yard field goal by Kellen Meyer, and then a touchdown pass from Cruz Kerwin to Frazee Wynn of 17 yards to end the half, made it 10-0 at the half, and now Dakota Wesleyan has scored 9 straight points off of a short 27-yard field goal by Jackson Patrick, and then a pick six by Landon Rusink, but a missed extra point. 10-9 with 11:04 to play in the fourth. Kerwin hands it off to Frazee Wynn to the near side, tries to get the corner. He's dragged out of bounds officially.
Knocked out of bounds by number 21, Hunter Cordell.
Officially, I think, at the 30-yard line, so it's a pickup of about 5. 2nd and 5. So Doane volleyball, we just got confirmed, won their game in 3 sets. They have a doubleheader, though, so they'll play another game at 5 p.m. Doane football now trying to get a win here. Kerwin. Handoff to Wynn. Bounces upfield. Gets a few yards and breaks a couple tackles. He gets out to the 36. It's a pickup of 5. Mark it 6 yards for a first down for Doane. We do have a down Tiger on the field. Can't quite tell who that is. Looks like he's cramping, though. So an offensive lineman for Doane cramping with 10:21 to play. What a run for Frazee Wynn. He looked like he was going to get brought down about a yard in front of the line of scrimmage, ended up breaking a few tackles and getting out a gain of 6 on that play. So it was Blake Bieber who was down on the play, the right guard, because of cramping. He does have a water bottle in his left hand, though, which is a good sign. So 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line for Doane. And it's starting to get hotter and hotter as this day continues. It was very reasonable temperature when this game started. Now it's 85 degrees and sunny. It's starting to get a little hotter here out on that field, out on that turf field. Can't imagine what it feels down there. 1st and 10 for Kerwin and co. Kerwin. Frazee Wynn. Bouncing to the near side again. Gets across the 40. Out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. He'll pick up about, actually mark at the 44. He'll gain 8 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 2. Got to commend the cheerleaders underneath who have been cheering this entire game out in the sun. Can't even imagine the heat that they're going through right now out there down on the track. 2nd and 2 coming up here. Kerwin gives it to Wynn. Frazee Wynn getting upfield and out to midfield. He's marked down at the 50. He's able to pick up 7 yards for a first down. Frazee Wynn starting to find his rhythm on the ground. Well, we have a downed Dakota Wesleyan Tiger. So we'll take a quick break with a 9:29 to play in the fourth quarter. Doane up 10-9 over Dakota Wesleyan, looking for their first win of the season in crunch time on Ole Red 99.5.
This is Doane Tiger Football.
Welcome back to Crete, Nebraska. Well, Dakota Wesleyan players kneeling on the far side and some Doane players kneeling here on the near side for a down Dakota Wesleyan Tiger who hasn't gotten up yet. So I can't tell what the injury is, but he's going to get helped up by the training staff. I believe the injured Tiger on the play, actually can't quite tell what the number is, but yeah, he's going to get up and walk off the field under his own strength. The injured Tiger on the play was Ethan McCoon, the defensive end, number 25, the junior. He was walking off the field, and now he's jogging off the field. So that could be a pretty good sign, given the fact that he's jogging off under his own power. So 9:25 to play in the fourth. 1st and 10 at midfield for Doane. Kerwin sends Nate Fox in motion. Kerwin to give it to Frazee Wynn, who cuts up field and gets into Dakota Wesleyan territory. It's a pickup of 3 yards, make it 2nd and 7. Frazee Wynn now has been the bright spot, at least in this drive of this offense. They have given it to him almost every play to run the football, and he has picked up a lot of great running and rushing yards. Frazee Wynn at the end of the third quarter had 52 yards, and here he's starting to rack up his total yardage on the ground. Kerwin's got one receiver on each side of him. There goes Frazee Wynn for the 5th straight play. Gets forward to the 45 and picks up 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 5 coming up here for Doane. So now Frazee Wynn has ran now in 5 straight offensive plays. Jaden Walton on the tackle, the outside linebacker. And now I see what their plan of attack is, I should say, here with Chris Bessler and Mike Dixon. They're trying to run the clock here. It's under 8 minutes to play in the fourth. 3rd and 5. Dakota Wesleyan fans in their sideline trying to get loud here. Kerwin. They're going to hand it off to Wynn again. Gets upfield. And he's marked down at the 44. A gain of 1 yard makes it 4th and 4. And I don't know about that one. From a Doane Tigers fan's perspective, that was a very interesting play call, running it on 3rd and 5. But it's 4th and 4, and they'll punt it, only leading by 1 point. And the reason why I say that it was an interesting play call is because it was very conservative for only leading by 1 point. I would think that Doane would want to get into field goal range to at least put themselves up by more than 3. Kellen Meyer punts it away. It's a spinning kick high up in the air. Fair catch called for at the 15-yard line and caught by Dakota Wesleyan. And Dakota Wesleyan's own Landon Rusink, who actually has a pick 6 in this game as well. So 7:10 to play in the fourth. 10-9, Doane leading it over Dakota Wesleyan. This is crunch time, folks. And Doane's defense has actually been playing very well. So I think one of the reasons why Chris Bessler ended up running that ball on 3rd and 5 was because he trusts his defense. He trusts how they've been playing all game long. Have technically held Dakota Wesleyan to 3 points in total the entire game. The one touchdown of the game was a defensive touchdown. That was the first of the season for Dakota Wesleyan. They'll give it to Aaron, the tailback, who gets a seam and gets across the 25. Marked down at the 27. That's a pickup of 12 yards and a first down for Dakota Wesleyan. Under 7 to play in the fourth. Aaron has done really well in this game running the football. 72 yards on the ground. Actually make it 84 yards after that run. 1st and 10 with 6:40 to play. 10-9 Doane. Austin Lee. He'll give it to Aaron again. Bouncing upfield, breaks the tackle, gets across the 35, and wrestled down at the 37. That's a pickup of 10 yards, and that is a first down. The far official says move those chains. All right. Well, Doane is getting tested this game. We can definitely say that for a fact. 1st and 10 out to almost the 40-yard line for the Dakota Wesleyan. Dakota Wesleyan playing Midland at home next week. Doane playing Northwestern, the defending NAIA champions, on the road in Orange City, Iowa next week. We'll have that game on Ole Red 99.5. Lee gives it off to Aaron for the 3rd straight play. Bouncing upfield and getting to the far sideline across the 40. Aaron pushed out of bounds at the 44. So he's able to pick up about 7 yards on the play. Make it a 2nd and 3 coming up here for Dakota Wesleyan. I think they've found their rhythm on the ground here. Now the question of the day is, can they finish the drive with some points? They just need a field goal to take the lead in this game. Under 6 minutes to play here in Crete, Nebraska. Doane 10, Dakota Wesleyan 9. 2nd and 3 for the Tigers from the north. Lee this time is going to hand it off to Mandolfa, who cuts upfield across midfield and marked down at the 45-yard line. He's able to pick up about 11 yards for a 1st down. So that wasn't Jamin Aaron, that was Garrett Mandolfa on the carry. The junior, he's still out on the field at the moment, so Mandolfa will get the next few carries. Dakota Wesleyan has not thrown the football one time on this drive. They've ran it on every play for the first 6 plays of this drive. 1st and 10 at the Doane 45. Under 5 minutes to play. Fake the handoff. Austin Lee going to the near sideline. It is caught. No, it's incomplete. At the 35-yard line, incomplete. Van Dentop couldn't hold on to it. He's pleading that he made the catch. He is upset. He believes that he made that catch, but no, it's incomplete. And it's 2nd and 10. That's the first time that Dakota Wesleyan threw the football on this drive, and it went for an incompletion. My gut feeling tells me that they'll probably run this one on the next play. Now it's Aaron, the tailback, back in the game for Dakota Wesleyan. 2nd and 10. Lee will pass. Pump fakes, gets it in the flat, and marked and brought down at the 44 or the 46-yard line. A loss of 1 yard on the catch by Feuerbacht. So Feuerbacht is not able to get anything. Actually loses a yard, and it's 3rd and 11. Ball at the Doane 46-yard line with 4.5 minutes to play in the 4th.
3rd and 11 at the 46.
Big time play here. Needed for Doane defensively. The crowd trying to get loud. 3rd and 11. 2 receivers on each side. Lee to pass, steps up in the pocket, throws it over the middle. It's caught inside the 30 by Feuerbacht again. The slot receiver makes an impact inside the 30, marked down at the 26. So they pick up about 15 yards on the play, and they're inside the 30. Austin Lee, the sophomore, trying to put this game and give his team the lead. He's taking matters into his own hands now. 3.5 minutes to play at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10. Lee to pass again. Steps up in the pocket. Hit as he throws. It's complete for another 1st down at the 16-yard line. A gain of 11 on the play. The catch was Vandentop. So Vandentop, who only had 2 receptions coming into this game, is starting to clutch up here for Dakota Wesleyan with 3 minutes to play. This is getting into crunch time now, and Doane has seen enough. They're going to use a timeout here. So we will actually stay here as Chris Bessler uses his first timeout of the half. Well, what a game, folks. Let's do a quick little recap on the scoring for this game. All 10 points for Doane came in the first half. A 44-yard field goal by Kellen Meyer to begin the second quarter, and then a late touchdown in the first half by Cruz Kerwin, delivering at 17 yards to Frazee Wynn for the touchdown. Well, ever since then, Doane has scored no points in the second half. And Dakota Wesleyan had a chip shot field goal of 27 yards made by their kicker, Jackson Patrick, to make it 10-3. And then on the ensuing drive, as Cruz Kerwin was hit as he threw a pick six to the cornerback, Landon Rusink, the sophomore. But it was a missed extra point by Jackson Patrick. That's why it's 10-9 Doane. But now Dakota Wesleyan knocking on the doorstep. All they need is a field goal to win the game. They would go up by 2 points. They only trail by 1 point. First and 10 at the 16. Big play needed here for Dakota Wesleyan. Aaron gets the call, gets up the middle, inside the 10, dragged down at the 6. Actually, mark at the 7. Doesn't matter. He picked up a first down, and that is a first and goal.
It is
First and goal for Dakota Wesleyan with 2:43 to play. Got to think they got to run this clock down here. Lee, Aaron to his right. He'll hand it off to Aaron, the tailback, cutting up field and getting maybe a yard or so on the run. Second and goal at the 6.
Aaron on the carry.
48 rushes, 157 yards coming into this game for Jamin Aaron. We get a whistle with 2:19 to play. We'll see. Oh, an official's timeout for a measurement here. You know, that's actually going to help Doane out a lot. That stops the clock with 2:19 to play. 3rd and 1. You know, I guess, folks, they never moved the chains and made it a goal to go. They're measuring to see if it's a first down. And I think nope, I don't think they got it. I think it's 3rd and inches. Yep, just the length of another football here. It's 3rd and inches. So, oh boy, here we go. This is it. 3rd and inches for Doane. If they stop Dakota Wesleyan here, will Dakota Wesleyan go for it on 4th? 3rd and 1. Ball at the 7. They're lined up in tight. Austin Lee with Aaron to his right. Oh, they might have jumped. Doane might have jumped. That might be a first down. There's a flag on the play. I think this will be a neutral zone infraction on the Doane Tigers, unfortunately. We'll see what the call is here from the officials. See what it is.
Offsides with contact.
Offsides.
Number 97.
So offsides for Doane. That is a big time change in momentum. So the ball will be put now at the 3-yard line for Dakota Wesleyan with 2:09 to play. First and goal for Dakota Wesleyan.
First and goal.
Doane still has 2 timeouts as well. Austin Lee with Aaron lined up to his right. They might run this one. They have 6 guys on the O-line. Actually, make it 7 guys on the O-line. They're going to run this clock down, though, under 2 minutes. Lee hands it off to Aaron, breaking free and spinning into the end zone for the touchdown.
Number 2,
Jamin Aaron with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. And Dakota Wesleyan takes the lead with 1:46 to play in the 4th. It's a 3-yard touchdown run from Aaron, and they'll go for 2 to put themselves up by 7. 15-10 in favor of Dakota Wesleyan here. They're going to try to make this a touchdown advantage. And they're taking a lot of time off the play clock here. They got 10 seconds on the play clock. And Ross Simple is going to call a timeout. Well, a complete shift in momentum. And that's why, folks, you wonder maybe why they ran the football on 3rd and 5 in Dakota Wesleyan territory instead of passing the football and trying to pick up the first down. And then Doane had to punt it, hoping their defense would step up, and their defense ended up letting up a touchdown. So 15-10 in favor of Dakota Wesleyan. Wow, I mean, Doane has the lead the entire game. 10-0 at one point, then 10-3, then 10-9. But with 1:46 to play in the fourth quarter, Dakota Wesleyan in front by 5 points. As it stands, they'll be going for 2 as well. Well, thank you for joining us here this afternoon on Old Red 99.5. My name is Kyle Mathas. On the board, as the board operator this afternoon is Ron Roskilly. And we have 1:46 to play in the fourth quarter, with Dakota Wesleyan leading it 15-10. Going for 2 as well to make it a 7-point lead. Now, if Dakota Wesleyan does not get this, it would give Doane a chance to win it with a touchdown. But here we go. The 2-point conversion here. It's Mandalfa in the backfield, line up to the left of Lee. Sends a man in motion. Lee, the throw, gets it out on the flat. It's caught on the far side, and racing to the corner of the end zone is Keel Nelson for the 2-point conversion.
Extra point number 0, Keel Nelson.
Keel Nelson makes the catch. It's 17-10. Dakota Wesleyan leading it over Doane. We'll take a quick break, 30-second break, with 1:46 to play in the fourth on Old Red 99.5.
This is Doane Tiger Football.
We welcome you back to Crete, Nebraska. Well, we got a little bit of a ball game on our hands, folks. The first 2 games of this Doane season were both blowouts. The first one by 25 points, a win for Graceland over your Doane Tigers, and the second one was a 42-point blowout last week. Dort winning that one. But it's 17-10. Dakota Wesleyan in front of Doane on the scoreboard. But for the most part, this game, Doane has led in terms of total yardage on offense. That one pick six by Landon Rusink might be the difference maker in this game. 1:46 to go, and Dakota Wesleyan will kick it off. It is taken by Jeremiah Payne at the 5-yard line. Does he have another kickoff return touchdown in him? He's wrapped up at the 20-yard line and brought down actually as he got pushed back at the 18-yard line. So it's a pickup of about 13 yards on the kickoff return. Doane will have 2 timeouts, 1:39, trailing by 7. Now this is Cruz Kerwin's Kodak moment right here. The sophomore has thrown 5 interceptions this season, but has also thrown 3 touchdowns. He has had a great game so far. Through 3 quarters, he passed for 148 yards. Let's see what this offense can do for Doane, starting at their own 18. They need 7 points to tie the game. Kerwin, pass quickly out to the side for Jeremiah Payne. He stays inbounds on the near side, cuts up across the 30, across the 35, and wrapped down at the 38-yard line. Big pickup on the play of 20 yards by Jeremiah Payne. We get a whistle with 1:30 to play. And I can't quite see what's going on, but I think Jeremiah Payne might be down. He was wrapped up and thrown to the ground very aggressively on that play. And Jeremiah Payne, I believe, is down right now. I can't see because the Doane sideline is standing up and blocking it. Yeah, so Jeremiah Payne gets up, and I don't blame him. He got thrown to the ground pretty hard on that play. Probably got the wind knocked out of him.
At the 37.
Ball now at the 37. 1.5 minutes to go. 1st and 10. Doane needs a big play here. Kerwin to throw it to the outside. Caught, but only a short gain of about 5 yards on the reception by Reimers. The clock runs. 1:10 to go. Remember, they need a touchdown. Trailing by 7 with 1:05 to play. Ball now at the 42, nearly out to midfield. Kerwin, under a minute to play. Kerwin going deep, over the middle. It's caught across the 40 and down at the 38-yard line. It's caught by Joaquin Gutierrez, who's been one of the best players in this game for Doane in terms of the receiving. Jeremiah Payne, folks, is back out on the field for this play. Ball at the 39 in Dakota Wesleyan territory. 45 seconds to play. Kerwin, he's going to go deep. He's going to go to the end zone. It's caught. Did he get a foot in bounds? No. DeRizzo made the catch, but he did not get a foot in bounds inside the 10. It's incomplete. And 2nd and 10. Wow. If he would have got a foot in bounds, that could have been the biggest play of the game.
2nd down at 10 at the 39.
2nd and 10 at the 39 with 37 seconds to play. Sooner or later, Doane's just going to have to take a shot to the end zone here. They don't have the luxury of running the clock. They still do have 2 timeouts, though. 37 seconds to play. Kerwin, 2nd and 10. Steps back in the pocket, looking, goes over the middle, and incomplete, intended for Jeremiah Payne. There's a flag on the play at the 29-yard line. This came from the near side official. We will see. This might be pass interference here. I don't know which team it's on. I think this might end up being on Dakota Wesleyan, but the way that Jeremiah Payne is looking right now might be on him. I don't actually know. It's a big call here. Okay, so it's holding. It'll be holding on Grayson Hansen, the outside linebacker. And that is going to be a huge penalty with 33 seconds to go. That'll move Doane down to the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. My name's Kyle Mathas. You're on All Red 99.5. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. 33 seconds to play in the 4th, 17-10 Dakota Wesleyan. Ball at the Dakota Wesleyan 29. Kerwin to pass. They send blitz. Kerwin's going to go to the end zone. Jeremiah Payne is there, and it's incomplete. Payne tried to adjust to make the catch and was not able to. It was Zapeta, the cornerback, on the coverage there. 2nd and 10 now at the 29. And that was one-on-one coverage for Payne. And when he hit the turf after that incompletion, he slammed his right hand down on the turf really hard. He knows that if he would have made that catch, would have been a game-changing play down at the 4-yard line. Crowd chanting offense here. And now the Dakota Wesleyan crowd chanting defense. 2nd and 10 for Kerwin. Trips on the near side. Kerwin to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Rolls to his right. Kerwin is... Well, what's the call here? He looked like he got sacked at the 31-yard line, a loss of 2. But then he got rid of the football. 16 seconds to play. Timeout. Doane. It's officially will go as a 2-yard loss sack. 3rd and 12 now. With 16 seconds to play. Ball at the 31-yard line. And now Doane, honestly, they do not need a first down here. And they also don't need to go to the sideline either. They don't need to go to the sideline at all. They can go over the middle of the field. They still have 1 timeout left, and they need a touchdown. So thank you for joining us here on All Red 99.5. We'll be here again on All Red next Saturday at 1 p.m. as Doane takes on the defending NAIA champions in Orange City, Nebraska, Northwestern. That should be an interesting game, to say the least. But Doane needs a big play here right now. My name's Kyle Mathas. Ron Roskilly is our board operator back at the station in Fairbury. We're here in Crete, 50 minutes north, and this game has brought the fans to their feet here and have brought a lot of people off the edge of their seats. 16 seconds to go in the 4th. 3rd and 13 for Doane. Ball at the Dakota Wesleyan 32-yard line. Dakota Wesleyan 17, Doane 10. Doane had a 10-0 lead at the half. Since that 10-0 lead at the halftime break, it's been 17 unanswered points for Dakota Wesleyan to have the lead. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side for Doane. They still do have a timeout left. 3rd and 13. Kerwin to take the snap. They send 3. Kerwin to his right. Go into the end zone for Joaquin Gutierrez. And incomplete with 10 seconds to play. Now, if that was me, I'd just take a little shot over the middle. Honestly, you take a shot over the middle, and even if you don't pick up the first down, it doesn't matter. I mean, you have to go into the end zone anyways. You take a timeout. It might be 4th and short. It might be first down. The thing is, you get it closer to the end zone. Now, you have to go for an end zone shot back at the 31-yard line. So 4th and long with 10 seconds to play. This is, or could be at least, the ball game here. They could still pick up a first down and call a timeout. That's not out of the question at all. 4 receivers on the near side. Kerwin going 5 wide. Big play here. Kerwin, the ball game on the line. Kerwin rolling to his left. He's going to get this ball and throw it to the end zone. It's up for grabs. There's a flag on the play. I think this is going to be pass interference on Dakota Wesleyan. I believe with 2 seconds left, this will be pass interference on Dakota Wesleyan. The intended receiver was Carson Reimers in the end zone. Oh boy. Though this could make for a very entertaining last 2 seconds. There was a flag, 2 flags actually in the end zone. This could be pass interference here. The refs still congregating at the 17-yard line to determine the call, with Dakota Wesleyan up 17-10 with 2 seconds remaining in the game. Wow, this is something else right here. This game that started at 1 p.m. has been going on for 2 hours and 37 minutes. 3:37 p.m. local time. Let's see what the call is here. As we wait for the official to make the call. Oh, he turned on his mic, then 2 fouls on the play.
Number 21.
Holding on Dakota Wesleyan, that's declined. And pass interference on Dakota Wesleyan is declined. Or rather, accepted, my apologies. So it'll go on Hunter Cordell, the senior cornerback. Pass interference in the end zone. All right, so here we go, folks. This is it right here. It's now or never. Doane takes their final timeout of the game. Chris Bessler uses it. You'd rather take it now than leave the game without it. And we'll stay here for this one on Oral Red 99.5. What a game it was, and it has been. 10-0 Doane at the half after a 44-yard field goal for Kellen Meyer and a 17-yard touchdown pass from Kerwin to Frazee Wynn. But then 17 unanswered here in the second half for Dakota Wesleyan. A field goal of 27 yards by Jackson Patrick. Then a pick six by the cornerback, cornerback Landon Rusink. A missed extra point made it 10-9, but then it was a touchdown for Dakota Wesleyan with about a minute 44 to go and a 2-point conversion, which ended up making it 17-10. So here we go. Doane looking to send this to overtime in Crete. 2 seconds to go. Ball placed at the 17-yard line. One play for glory and redemption here for this offense.
First and 10 for the Tigers at the 17.
Ball at the 17, like I said, 2 seconds to play, trailing by 7. They need a touchdown and then an extra point to send this one to overtime. Doane beat Dakota Wesleyan 16-13 at home last year. Do they have another vintage moment in them here? Jeremiah Payne is in motion. Kerwin takes a snap. It's now or never. Kerwin's going to take a shot to the end zone. He's got DeRizzo there. It's incomplete. DeRizzo wants a flag, and there is no flag. And Dakota Wesleyan wins it 17-10. So Dakota Wesleyan is now 2-1 on the season, and Doane is 0-3. A heartbreaker of a defeat for the Doane Tigers. 17-10 is the final. And they'll line up at midfield to do a handshake. It was Kerwin lofting it to the near side end zone for John DeRizzo. And DeRizzo wanted a flag on that play, but there was no flag. And Doane is still winless this season, having to go arguably into their 3 toughest games of the entire year. At Northwestern, at Jamestown, North Dakota, and at home against Morningside. 2 of those 3 teams are the last 2 NAIA champions. Morningside won it in 2022, and Northwestern won it last year in 2023. So we will take a quick break and then come back here for a little recap, and we'll have head coach of the Doane Tigers, Chris Bessler, coming up for a post-game interview shortly. We'll be right back. The final score here in Crete, Nebraska, Dakota Wesleyan 17, Doane 10. We'll be right back on All Red 99.5.